start off with a bit of yin. So if you've got a belt, block handy, if you've got a blanket, just for like cushioning, that might be helpful, but we won't spend too long on it. So we're going to start by coming onto our backs, and we're going to do our starting position of bringing the feet together and the soles out wide. The feet together and the knees out wide even. And just come into the breath for a few moments. So just bring the hands wherever it's comfortable, and let's sigh out the first 2 or 3 breaths. Just notice how your body's feeling. Just being aware of any tension in the body as well. So when you breathe out, try and see if you can release any tension or anxiety that you might be storing. Maybe in the shoulders, maybe in the head. And just take a little rock from side to side. So just notice the hips and the pelvis just gently on the mat. Just notice that stability. Just slowly moving up the spine. Become aware of the natural curve. Notice that lumbar spine lifting away from the mat. All the way up to the shoulders, back of the neck, and the back of the head resting on the mat. I want you to breathe all the way in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. And exhale all the way out. Just flow through a few with your own breath. Feel that space in the ribs as well as we breathe in. Just being aware of the breath. Being aware of the power of the breath. So we're going to do some nice stretching today. So please be mindful of how you're feeling. Feel free to come out poses, change your position at any point. We're going to take a couple more breaths. And slowly, on the next inhale, let's bring the legs together. Let's just bring the knees in towards each other. And just bring each knee into the chest one by one. And give yourself a nice little hug. And a gentle rock from side to side. I'm going to come to stillness, and inhale as you lift the forehead towards the knees. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. Take 2 more. And slowly bring the feet to the mat. Arms to the side, and we're going to inhale as we lift the hips up. Press the feet into the mat. Start engaging the quads and the inner thigh muscles, so a nice active bridge pose. Let's keep it here. Engage the core. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's take 1 more inhale, and exhale, gently release. I'm going to work into some yin poses, so get hold of your belt. And I want you to take that right leg, press the belt on the back of that right foot. So nice and strong. Make sure it's quite safe. It's not going to slip off. See if you keep the elbows on the mat if it's comfortable. And slowly start breathing that right leg towards the upper body. So we're opening up the hamstrings here. You can bend that left knee if it helps. And you can bring a little bend into that right leg as well. Just work with the breath. So you should feel it on the back of the leg. If there's any pain, just come out of it. Let's stay for a few more breaths. And when you're ready, slowly come out of it. So just gently release that belt and just squeeze that leg and just give a few bends of that knee. And I want you to bring that foot up, press it towards the sky, flex the toes towards the face, point and flex. Take a few rotations in both directions. Nice. We're going to stay with that leg for the moment. So I want you to take the belt again. We're going to be bringing it out to the side this time. So take hold of the belt with the right hand and just find that point where it's nice and stable. You can bend that left knee or straighten that, keep that leg straight. Place the left hand on that left hip. So we're trying to keep a nice neutral pelvis. And slowly bring that right leg out to the right. So just take your time. Oh, I can feel that. So it should feel quite nice. Even if it's a nice stretch, you should just be on the edge of discomfort. And just see if you can find any more space with the breath. You can go a little deeper. Just remember to keep breathing. When you're ready, take a couple more breaths. We're slowly going to come out of it. So just bend that knee if you need to. Just slowly release that out. Just squeeze that knee into the chest and rotate the ankle in both directions. A nice squeeze. And we're going to move over to the other side. So I'm going to spin around. So we're going to take that left leg now. So bring the foot, take the belt around the foot. Try and see if you can keep the elbows on the mat. You can bend that right leg and keep it straight. I might leave it bent actually. And just breathe that left leg towards the face. And just be aware that it might be very different on one side. And again, that's completely normal. I'm definitely tighter on my left side. I can feel it. Then that's something you might want to work on. You might want to breathe a little bit deeper into that slightly tighter side. Just be mindful. Breathe in. See if you can go a little deeper or come out a little bit. Working with the breath. When you're ready, slowly release. Give that leg a nice little squeeze and just flex and point. And rotate the ankle in both directions. We're going to stay with that left foot. So we're going to take the belt, put it around the back of that foot again. Take hold of the belt with the left hand. Hand on that right hip. And we're going to slowly bring that left leg out. So again, we don't want to feel pain. So do come out of it if you need to. It's definitely tighter here. So just take a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, slowly and safely coming out of it. Yeah. I'm going to squeeze that leg in and just flex that foot, point the toes and rotate the ankle in both directions. Nice. Just bring both knees in. And a nice little hug. We're going to do one more exercise and it's going to be on the shoulders. I want you to bring yourself so your belly's kind of towards the mat. Let's start with the right shoulder first. So place the top of the right shoulder on the mat. So the arm is behind you. And we're going to lift that left leg up so the knee is pointing up towards the ceiling and you can keep that right knee bent. So what we're doing here is we're stretching into the front of that right shoulder. This is more for me, to be honest. I've got a bit of a sore shoulder, so I'm just stretching into it. Should feel quite nice, hopefully. It's quite a deep stretch, so be careful. It's quite a nice stretch if you've got any sort of pain or stiffness at the front of the shoulder. Yeah, that feels good. So good, you can come out of this at any point. So we're just going to stay for a little bit longer. When you're ready, you're going to slowly come out of it. So use the left hand to support you as you lift up. And I want you to take it to the other side. So we're going to bring the top of that left shoulder onto the mat. Just notice that it's going to be different on one side. But I'm tight, even though my right shoulder is painful, I'm still tighter on my left side. It's interesting. So just take a few more breaths out. And when you're ready, slowly come out of it. So again, use that right hand to support you. Take your time. And I want you to come up to your tabletop position. Yeah, that's nice. That actually did help my shoulder. So hands are spread out nice and wide, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. So we're going to take our cat-cow breaths. So as you inhale, nice and slow, tilt the pelvis towards the mat, draw the belly down, shoulders come in, gaze comes up. Really engage the whole body into this pose. Reverse that motion as you exhale, so around the spine. Go through. And you can do a few figure of eights, take it out from side to side. You can do some on the fingertips. Just try out different things. And you can try some with the fingers pointing towards the body. That's a tough one. Really feel it in the forearms. Yeah. Ooh, it's good. What I want you to do is take a couple more and slowly sit back into your child's pose. Take a few nice deep breaths and breathe all the way in. Feel that space in the ribs, all the way up to the shoulders. Exhale. Feel the breath in the back as well. And I want you to slowly walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Breathe in as you stretch through that left side body. And I want you to slowly just take the hands and start lifting the body up. So you're still towards the side. Tuck the toes under as you lift the hips up. So you're in your weird downward dog shape, making the adjustments with the feet that you need to do. And I want you to lift that right leg in the air, bring that knee into the nose, lift the left hand off as you come into sort of like a weird side plank. So just go with it. We're trying to be more creative. And let's release that left hand down to the mat. Shoot that right leg out the other side as we come to the right. Just hold it here. Work with the breath. Don't worry if you wobble out of it. And we're slowly going to bring the knee into that right elbow. And we're going to straighten. We're going to bring it in. And we're going to fall out of it like I am. Actually, let your right foot come onto the mat and just come into a wild thing. So we're drawing that sternum up towards the sky. Slowly bring that right hand back to the mat. Come back into your child's pose towards the right side. Take a couple of breaths here. And let's come back through center. Just take a few moments. Notice how your body's feeling.
Let's take it over to the left this time. So we're breathing into that right side body. You can take hold of the wrist if you want to pull into it. So we're going to do the same sort of thing on this side. When you're ready, flat hands, start lifting the upper body and the hips off the mat. Lift yourself all the way up into your weird dog shape. On this side, you can maneuver the feet if you need to. And this time, we're going to lift that right hand off the mat. Oh, sorry, we're going to bring that left leg up first of all, sorry. And then I'm going to bring that right hand up and I'm going to come into a sort of side plank, shooting that left leg out. And then we're going to come in, knee to elbow. Slowly bring that right hand to the mat. And we're going to twist over to the left. So we're going to lift that left hand off the mat. And we're going to bring that knee to elbow. And we're going to straighten. And we're going to slowly drop that left leg behind us. We're going to come into a wild thing on this side. So remember, we're drawing the heart upwards. And slowly release. Come back into your child's pose over to the left. So just take a couple of breaths here. And slowly come back to center. And keep breathing. So remember to feel that breath in the back, the shoulders, the back of the ribs, the lower back as well. So don't worry if your bum is up from the heels, but see if you can use that breath to create more space. A couple more breaths. And when you're ready, I want you to come up into your plank pose. And from plank, just check your alignment first of all. You can drop the knees if you need to. But we're going to do what we call mountain runners. So we're going to work into the core. So we're going to bring the right knee in and out. Left knee in and out. Try to keep that plank shape. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to do 10 on each side. So what we're doing here is we are working into the upper body as well. So nice, strong arms. When you've done 10, or if you want to do a bit less, that's fine. I've no idea how many I've done, so I'm just going to do one more on each side. Come back into your plank pose, and then we're going to bring the right foot in, out, left foot in, out. And this time, I want you to bring the right foot and bring it to the edge of the mat this time. And the left foot on the other edge. So you're coming into your yogi squat. So bring the hands to heart center. Use the elbows to open out the legs. Now I want you to stay here, or if you want to try crow pose, you can have a go at crow pose. So just lift the bum up, adjust the feet, adjust the hands, come onto the balls of the feet, slot the knees in towards the triceps. Take your time to set this pose up. We lift, lift, and slowly come out of it. I want us to all meet back in our yogi squat. Breathe in. Place the hands on the mat. Lift the bum up. Come into your forward fold. And just do what you need to do. Shake it out. Take it out from side to side. Just have some fun with it. See if you can twist all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Take the hands behind, wrap them around the legs. And I want you to slowly come to stillness. Bring the hands to the mat, bend the knees if you need to. Heel toe the feet in towards each other. We're going to come into a chair pose, so you can keep them a little bit apart if that helps. The toes up, nicely grounded. And then we're going to inhale as we lift, coming into our chair pose. Time, breathe with it. We're going to hold it here. Go a little deeper. Then we're going to inhale, we come all the way up. Come onto the tiptoes, fingers shoot towards the sky. And release. Just shake it all out. Slowly make your way to the top of the mat into your Tadasana. So bring the feet together where you can keep them apart a little bit. Lift the toes up, spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. So nicely grounded, shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. If you close down the eyes, you come into your Jai breath. Nice and strong. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold forward from here. Inhale, halfway lift. So check your back. Check your exhale as we step back into plank pose. Take a nice strong inhale together. Exhale, we lower it down through chaturanga. Open the heart into down. Check your body in dog. Bend the knees, pedal the feet. Remember to keep it nice and strong in the back. Breathe into the spine. Breathe into the pelvis and the shoulders. And we're going to inhale as we lift the heels. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lift. One more time. Hold it here on the lift. Exhale to lift. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths here. Nice and strong. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fall. Inhale to rise. Through Hastasana, gaze up. Exhale to release. Take a few shoulder rolls here. Nice and big. The other direction as well. Nice. We're going to run through a couple more sun salutations. We're going to do a sequence. So just work with me on this. Don't worry if you miss bits out. And again, don't worry if you wobble or fall out of anything. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step it back into plank pose. So we're going to stay with plank. Breathe in, breathe out. As you inhale, I want you to lift that left hand off the mat, coming into your side plank. Remember, you can adjust it here. We're going to dip the hip and lift, dip and lift. One more dip and lift. We're going to bring that left knee into that left elbow and open, and in, and open. One more time, bring it in. Take hold of the left toe if you can. Open out that left leg, and then we're going to bring that left foot to the top of the mat. And hold it onto the hand as well. So we're coming into our low lunge. So sweep the arms up, nice and strong here. Remember to breathe into the upper body. I want you to inhale as you straighten that front leg. Exhale to lower. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Back into your lunge. We're going to twist it over to the left. Come through center, to the right. Hold it here, and back through center. And this time, I want you to inhale as you come up into your warrior two, bending into that left knee. So you don't want that knee to go over that left ankle. You want to still be able to see the toes. Place the gaze over the left hand. Try to keep the shoulders a little bit relaxed. I'm going to flip that front palm and come into reverse warrior, stretching that left side body. And we're going to inhale as we come back into warrior two. I'm going to drop that left elbow onto the left knee, sweep it up for your side angle breath. You can release that left arm to check that you're not collapsing into that leg. And let's come back to warrior two. Let's straighten that left leg. And I want you to reach the pelvis towards the left. Take the hands over towards the left. We come into our triangle pose. So you want the right hand shooting up towards the sky. Draw that top hip back with the hand. See if you can draw the ribs up as well towards the sky. Breathe in, breathe out. All the way. As you exhale, feel that breath all the way out. Let's take one more. Exhale, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, we come back into our warrior two. Just bending into that left knee. One more inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to frame that front foot. We're going to shoot that left leg in the air. So we're coming into three-legged dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep the shoulders strong, keep the back strong. And I want you to come forward into your three-legged plank. You can always drop that leg at any point. And let's lower it through a three-legged chaturanga, up dog. Open the heart. Let's stay here for a little bit longer. Exhale, downward facing dog. I want you to inhale it forward into plank pose. Hold it here. Roll the spine, come back into downward facing dog. Take two more of these spinal rolls in your own breath. So these should feel quite nice. Let's come back into downward facing dog. Take one more inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale to lift that arm. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Just take a few more shoulder rolls. So we're going to go on maybe 4 minutes longer because we did start a bit late while we were waiting for people to come in. So we've got about 11 minutes or so to go. So come back into your Tadasana, take your time, find your pose. Get the arms away, shoulders away from the ears. You're going to inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose. So you know what to expect here. We're going to take that right hand off the mat, coming into our side plank. And we're going to dip the hip and lift. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. We're going to bring that right knee into the right elbow and open. And again, and open. One more time. Let's hold it here. Take hold of the big right toe. Open it out. And we're going to bring that right foot to the top of the mat. And, oh, someone's just coming back in now. So we're going to come into our lunge on the right side. So just take a moment to set yourself up, and we're going to put the arms up. So someone's got their self unmuted. So if you could mute yourself, please, guys, thanks. So we're in our low lunge here. And I want you to inhale as you straighten that top leg. Exhale to lower. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to lower. Let's just take 2 more. Nice. And we're going to twist it over to the left. Come through center and take it over to the right. Breathe in as we come back to center. Hold that lunge. Let's fan it out into warrior 2. Bending into that right knee. So check your position here. So adjust the feet if you need to. And take the gaze over the right hand. So remember that right knee, you don't want it to be over the ankle. So just check your alignment. And let's flip that front palm and reverse that warrior. Let's come back into warrior 2. We're going to drop that right elbow. We're going to come into our side angle bend on the other side. So make sure you're not collapsing into that right knee. So you can always release that right hand to check. Then we're going to come back into warrior 2. Let's straighten that front leg. We're going to reach forward with the pelvis. Take the right hand towards that side. And we're going to come into our triangle pose. So remember to lift that right hand off slightly if you need to. It doesn't have to be on the mat or the ground. Draw that left hip up and back. And remember just to draw the ribs up as well. So you take your hand and just sweep them up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze to the mat. Inhale as we come all the way up, bending back into that right leg for the warrior 2. Just for a couple more breaths. You're doing really good, everybody. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, we're going to frame that front foot. And we're going to shoot that right leg back for our 3-legged dog. And then we're going to come forward into our 3-legged plank. Then the elbow, slowly drop that right foot. Untap the left toes as we open the heart. Let's come into downward facing dog. And we're going to take 3 spinal rolls here. So we're going to come forward into plank. And then we're going to bend the knees as we roll back. Forward into plank. Roll back. And then 1 more. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hand. We're going to inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to drop. Inhale to rise. Gaze all the way up. Exhale to release. Just take a few shoulder rolls here. Both directions. What we're going to just do is just a couple of standing poses. So I want us to come into tree pose. So whichever foot you want to be grounded in, just push, really ground that foot into the mat. Check your hips so that fairly in line, if that's possible. Bring the other foot off the mat and take it above the knee or below the knee. Or you can have the toes touching the mat, it's entirely up to you. When you're ready, bring the hands to heart center. You can open that tree if it's available. Remember to keep breathing here. Slowly bring the hands to heart center. We're going to gently release that leg. Bring that right knee into the chest. Keep the hands where they are if you can. We're slowly going to bring that right leg behind us. I'm going to come into our warrior three. You can release the hands in front or behind. And I want you to slowly start bending that standing knee. Bring yourself all the way to the mat. Bring the hands to the mat. Shoot that standing leg out into your three-legged plank and run through a three-legged vinyasa. Come back to your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Take a few breaths here. We're going to run through the other side. And then we're going to come towards the mat. You've got about five minutes. So let's come to the other side. So we're going to do tree on the other side. So set yourself up. Bring the other foot up this time. Find that point. Protect that standing knee. Bring the hands to heart center. When you're ready, you can open up that tree. Just slowly bring your hands back to heart center. And gently release the other leg. Bring that knee into the chest. And slowly start pivoting forward. Into your warrior three on the other side. So release the hands. Okay. And slowly bend that standing knee. Bring the hands to the top of the mat. Drop that foot. Sweep back into your three-legged plank. And then let's lower it down for a three-legged vinyasa. Up dog, down dog. Take a nice 3 lined breath here. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, I want you to gaze between the hands. Step or jump through to seated. We've got a couple of minutes left. I want you to come into your butterfly forward fold. Feet together, knees out wide. Take a deep inhale. Exhale as you hinge forward from the hips. Take another inhale and exhale to let it go. So just stay here for about 5 breaths. Just relax the back. When you're ready, you've got a couple of minutes left, so I want you just to slowly come up, bring the knees in towards each other, and slowly come down into your final Shavasana. So you can come onto the forearms first, and just breathe into the upper body, create that space before you come all the way down. So we'll be here for about a minute. So I'll just check the time. Yeah. I want you to start deepening the breath. Just slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. And let's start rotating the ankles and the wrists in both directions. So just coming back into the room and back onto the mat. Let's bring the legs towards each other and bring each knee into the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug, squeeze, and have a nice big stretch out as well. Bring it in again, and slowly just bring yourself up to your cross-legged position. So you can roll out to the side and come up. Bring the hands to heart center and just close the eyes and soften the face. And we're going to end today's practice with our 3 clearing breaths. Slowly bringing the thumbs up to the third eye. I want to thank you for joining me for today's practice. I want to thank you for working with me on new poses and new sequences and trying new things. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thanks, ladies. Brilliant. I'll send you an email about next week, but it should be Tuesday and Thursday again. But I'll email on Monday, yeah?
Bye.
All right, loves. Take care. Bye.